Nancy, this is Lucy Rana.
Who let the dogs out? 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 Who let the dogs out?
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 3 of OC Raw Talk. Got a great show for you today. We're going to talk to a Montrose, Colorado customer. Her name is Janice Pariza. She's going to talk to us about her dog who was prescribed with pancreatitis and basically was given a diet of kibble and sent home to unfortunately not do well. Janice was able, with the help of the wonderful people, the Bushes at Chow in Colorado, find out what diet would be best for her dog. They prescribed OC Raw Dog for her. She tried it. Her dog's health immediately turned around. So we're going to talk to Janice about that and the process and how OC Raw Dog changed her life. You're also going to be pleasantly surprised to find out that Janice called OC Raw Dog. As she says, somebody answered the phone on the first ring. She ended up speaking with our president, Olivia Hudson, who walked her through everything she needed to know about changing her dog's diet and helped her make the choice to become an OC Raw Dog customer. It's a great story. Janice tells it very well. She's also helping out rescue dogs. She has a pit bull, and recently she picked up another dog who unfortunately was abandoned in a home with 15 puppies. We're going to get to that story right after this feature on OC Raw Talk, episode 3.
I love you. Mishka, I love you. Mishka, I love you. I love you. Mishka, I love you.
I love you. I love you. Good girl. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. Good girl. Good girl. I love you. Say I love you.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to OC Raw Talk. This is episode 3. And I am joined right now on the phone by a very happy OC Raw Dog customer, Janice Pariza. Janice, how are you this afternoon?
I'm doing quite well. How are you?
Very good, thank you. I was wondering if you could just tell us a little bit about your pet, Tessa, who had gone through some pancreatitis, and what happened and the outcome of the situation, please.
Well, first of all, I'd never seen a dog in that much pain. Tessa is a rescue dog. She is part terrier, part rat terrier, part Manchester terrier. And she was in so much pain, I rushed her to the veterinarian, and the vet says to me, we're going to have to keep her because her enzymes were so elevated. So she spent a week in intensive care having laser therapy, etc. When I went to pick Tessa up from the veterinarian, and she's also my service dog, getting up there in age, at this time she was 15 years old. And when I picked her up, the veterinarian sent me home with a competitor's brand of dry kibble. Well, Tessa's condition got worse. And the kind folks at Chow here in Montrose, Colorado, where I purchased my OC Raw Dog, suggested that I try her on that. What was failing with all our attempts to get Tessa well was all the dog foods out there. Well, they wanted to tell me what their minimum fat content was, but no one wanted to tell me what the maximum fat content was, which is, of course, way more important than the minimum. And when I called OC Raw Dog, I was particularly impressed that the owner answered the phone, and she went over everything with me, all the protein statistics, how they make the food, guaranteed me that Tessa takes the goat chunks. And the goat chunks are 6% max fat and had enough vitamins and proteins, crude fat, and moisture and calcium in it to keep her going. Well, I called up my vet, and I said, I found another food that's max 6%. He said, well, you could try her on it, but I doubt it's going to work. Well, my veterinarian now recommends OC Raw Dog to his pancreatitis patients because Tessa just turned 18 on January the 1st.
Wow, so she's 18, you put her on the Raw Dog diet, and her health rebounded.
It not only cured her pancreatitis, but it helped her teeth and her other digestive issues she was having. People think she's a puppy.
Really?
Her activity level has expanded. Her eyes are bright. Her fur is bright. You know, when dogs age, they have that kind of scruffy look about them. Not on OC Raw Dog, they don't.
That's amazing. Wow. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to pause for a second to take a look at Janice's other dog, Hank, who had his own impression of the Budweiser Super Bowl commercial. If you saw this, it involved a beautiful golden retriever puppy and the Clydesdale. So we're going to take a look at Hank and what he thought of that video. We'll be right back.
This is Hank watching the Budweiser commercial.
Boy, I tell you, Janice, looked like Hank really liked that Super Bowl commercial.
Oh, it's his favorite. We had to tape it for him. We have the Puppy Bowl taped for him, and we have a few other dog commercials taped for him. He has his favorites, and then he has his not too favorite commercials.
Well, that's absolutely great. And tell us a little bit about Hank.
Well, Hank was a rescue dog also. He was a litter that was going to be euthanized, and a litter of pit bulls, actually, Staffordshire Terriers. And the rescue people in this area took the litter and decided to make them all service dogs. And I was lucky and blessed enough to be able to obtain Hank for my new service dog because Tessa is getting up there in age.
Right.
And Hank is bright and enthusiastic, and of course he still acts like a puppy. He just turned 3 years old.
He's
so
3.
He's still got that puppy in him.
Wow, that's great. And I also understand you just added Rosie the Rock Eater to your family?
Oh, I did. Rosie the rescue dog rock eater. Yet she was abandoned along with the people who abandoned their home. They also left their pets behind.
Aww.
And we were able to home. Rosie was about 6 months old, left tied to a tree with 15 puppies. 5 of them were gone. We were able to home the other 10 dogs that were living. And we keep in touch with her. We keep in touch with her offspring and see how they're doing all the time. So we're like one big family. But Rosie was left there so long she developed a habit of eating rocks. And with the help of OC Raw Dog, I'm breaking that habit in her.
Well, that's just, it says a lot about the person you are to go ahead and rescue 2 animals and put them in your home and give them, obviously, a happy life. But you're an amazing person. Not only are you a professional artist, you were in the United States Air Force as a combat photographer. Can you tell us a little bit about what that experience was like?
Well, first, just let me say that I was thrilled to be able to serve my country, and I'm very proud of the service that I did in the United States Air Force. I was a United States Air Force combat photographer, and I enlisted in the year 1977 and spent 16 years in the military, and then retired out as in the National Guard. And one of the most exciting things that I did was I was a part of the photographic mission for the 400 the hostages that were held in Iran for 444 days.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yes, President Carter dispatched some helicopters to go rescue them, and the wind and the weather conditions were not the greatest, and the helicopters ended up crashing in the desert. I was not in a landing vehicle as I was photographing from a cargo plane above.
Oh. just, obviously here at OC Raw Talk, we want to thank you for your service to our country. It's people like you that keep the idolization of freedom and our way of life and liberty. Sometimes things that we all take for granted, the U.S. is the greatest place to live. If it wasn't, we wouldn't have so many people trying to get in here. So can you tell us a little bit about you also being a professional artist? You do some painting.
Yes, I've always loved to draw and paint, and my parents recognized a talent at an early age, spurred me on through a private art school that I attended. And throughout my work career, I always did that on the side and dabbled in it here and there. Well, upon my retirement and my relocation to Colorado in 2006, I decided I was going to start doing animals. This is a large agricultural center, the western slope of Colorado. That's our main industry. And so I do a lot of horses and dogs, and we have a event called Maine in Motion that we do on Thursday evenings here. And typically I will find a person who has a pet or who has recently lost a pet, and we'll do pet portraitures. So that's a real fulfilling thing. Not only that, but I'm an art partner, so I mentor youth in the area and teach them how to paint as well, and also homeschool students.
That's actually
very rewarding.
I mean, that's great. It's got to be really rewarding. Well, we here at OC Raw Dog,
very rewarding.
Janice, we just want to thank you for supporting our product. We're so glad to hear that Tessa is doing well, and also Hank and Rosie. I know they're going to love it. I'm sure they already do, but it's people like you that really keep our product flowing, and we obviously appreciate it.
Well, and it's people like you that help me to keep my dogs healthy and vivacious, and their teeth and gums in good shape, and I appreciate a product being put out there that us Americans can trust.
Well, and the best thing about it, too, is Chow is one of our retailers, and we've done business with them for a long time. They are amazing people over there. They do a great job. Their customer service.
Krista and Tim Bush are the best. They spent a lot of time with me figuring out which product that you make would be most suitable for my dog. And like I said, if you can't find anyone to help you make that decision, call OC Raw Dog, because they are more than willing to help you.
And the greatest thing about it is our owner, Olivia Hudson, who's the president of the company. She was the lady you spoke to. Olivia is always willing to outreach and help anybody. She is a huge dog lover. She has 3.
Well, I was amazed. I am very impressed.
Well, Janice, thank you so much for your time and for being with us today on OC Raw Talk.
Thank you very much, Doug. You have a good day.
You too. Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes our interview with Janice Pariza. Again, professional artist. She's a former U.S. military in the Air Force combat photographer, and she has 3 dogs, all of which are OC Raw Dog fed. We're going to pause for commercial break. We'll be right back on OC Raw Talk, Episode 3.
Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out?
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to OC Raw Talk. It's Product Feature Friday. So today, we're going to talk about OC Raw Dog, lamb, and produce. Now, one of the great things about lamb and produce is the fact that OC Raw Dog, first of all, meets all FDA requirements, but is very selective in how they get their meats. The lamb is shipped to OC Raw Dog fresh. It's then ground up with produce and vegetables, and it's available in different varieties. Today we're going to take a look at the lamb patty, which, as you can see, is like a hamburger patty, except that this is lamb, and there are 13 in a bag. So normally there's 12. OC Raw Dog gives you a free patty, so you get 13 patties for the price of 12. The nutrition and the value is all on the back of the bag. It also gives you the serving size for your dog. So if you'd like to try OC Raw Dog lamb and produce, one of the greatest things to do is go to our website at www.ocrawdog.com, click click on the Where to Buy link, put in your zip code, and then find out what retailer in your area carries this product. This is one of our 8 different proteins. Again, lamb and produce is the OC Raw Dog featured product in the 12 patty bag with that bonus 13 one that I have right here in my hand. I'm going to put it back. Great for your dog, as we know lamb is such a healthy meat, along with the fresh fruits and vegetables. I hope this has helped you again with our products, and we hope that you'll go to the nearest retailer and purchase this. Thank you for watching OC Raw Talk Episode 3, ladies and gentlemen. Have a great weekend.